Hey guys, welcome back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met a woman you liked and had great conversations with, but for some reason she never flirted back? Maybe she saw you as just a friend, or worse, she flirted with other guys but not you. Frustrating, right? Here's the deal. Women rarely make the first move, not because they don't want to, but because they've been conditioned to wait for the right environment. That means if she's not flirting with you, it's not because she isn't interested. You haven't set the right tone. In this video, I'll share 6 powerful techniques to help you set the right tone, guide the interaction, and naturally encourage her to flirt with you. These are not tricks or manipulations. They're proven ways to build attraction by making her feel safe, excited, and intrigued in your presence. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, step-by-step formula to move from casual conversation to playful, flirtatious interactions without forcing anything or making it awkward. So stay tuned, because this is a skill that will change the way you connect with women forever. Let's get started. Many men misunderstand the dynamics of flirting, assuming that women either naturally enjoy it or reject it outright. In reality, most women are cautious about being flirtatious, not because they lack interest, but because they fear being judged, misinterpreted, or seen as too available. This hesitation doesn't mean they don't want to engage. They need a safe space. A man who understands this can effortlessly lead the interaction, allowing attraction to develop naturally. Flirting is not about impressing her, but setting a playful and inviting tone. A woman rarely initiates a flirtatious exchange with a man she isn't sure will reciprocate correctly. She may wait for subtle signals, testing his ability to carry the interaction without making things awkward. She will retreat if he appears too severe, uninterested, or unsure. But if he introduces an element of playfulness, teasing without offending, showing confidence without arrogance, he creates an environment where she feels comfortable expressing her feminine energy. The key lies in emotional association. When a woman begins to flirt, her brain releases a cascade of feel-good chemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, all of which create a subconscious bond between her emotions and the person she's interacting with. The more she engages in this playful dynamic, the more she sees him as a source of excitement, comfort, and intrigue. This is why men who can subtly guide a conversation into flirtatious territory without forcing it often find themselves in a position of effortless attraction. A simple example: if a man meets a woman at a social gathering, instead of bombarding her with compliments or making direct advances, he might playfully challenge something she says, creating a light-hearted debate. If she responds with laughter, a teasing remark, or a playful pushback, she engages in the interaction with a sense of excitement. At that moment, her brain isn't analyzing whether he meets a checklist of desirable traits. It's simply associating him with enjoyment. Women don't necessarily fall for the most attractive or successful man. They fall for the man who makes them feel a certain way. If she feels safe enough to be playful, free enough to let go of her inhibitions, and engaged enough to be fully present in the interaction, she will instinctively want more of that experience. This is the essence of attraction, not built through logic but emotion. A man who creates the right emotional space will never have to chase a woman. She will naturally be drawn to him. So, how can you create that attraction naturally? Here are 6 core techniques that will help you get women to flirt with you, not by forcing it, but by being the kind of man they want to be with. 1. The subtle art of attraction through compliments. How a man compliments a woman can determine how she perceives him within seconds. Many men default to generic praise, offering polite but forgettable remarks. Telling a woman she's smart or has good taste in music is nice, but it doesn't spark attraction. These statements, while kind, place a man in the realm of admiration rather than desire. A woman appreciates them, but they don't make her pulse quicken. A well-placed semi-sexual compliment, however, shifts the dynamic entirely. Telling her she looks fantastic in that dress, or that she's charming when she laughs, introduces a layer of attraction without overstepping boundaries. These compliments subtly communicate that she is desirable and that her presence has an effect. They acknowledge her femininity in a way that feels natural, not rehearsed. They are neither overtly provocative nor purely platonic, but land in the space where chemistry begins to build. The key to delivering these compliments effectively lies in confidence and detachment. A man who lingers after giving a compliment, waiting for validation, diminishes its impact. The power is in efficiently delivering it and moving on as if it were simply an observation, not a bid for approval. "You have beautiful eyes," said calm self-assurance, far more compelling than the exact words spoken with hesitation or neediness. Women respond not just to words, but to the energy behind them. A compliment delivered with certainty and an effortless smile signals a man accustomed to speaking his mind without seeking permission. This confidence is magnetic. It makes a woman feel seen in a flattering and exciting way. It is not the compliment that creates attraction, but how it is given. The undertone of playful acknowledgement rather than empty flattery. Attraction thrives on subtlety. The most effective compliments aren't declarations but hints, suggestions, or invitations for the mind to wander. A well-placed, casually delivered remark lingers far longer than an elaborate speech. It allows a woman to feel desired without feeling objectified, and to sense a man's interest without feeling like she is being pursued too aggressively. This balance is where attraction ignites, turning simple words into something far more powerful. 2. Ask flirtatious questions. A conversation is more than just words exchanged. It's an opportunity to create intrigue, spark chemistry, and establish a connection that lingers in her mind long after she walks away. Asking flirtatious questions isn't about being provocative for the sake of it, but rather about drawing her into a dynamic where curiosity and attraction build naturally. Starting light sets the foundation for ease and engagement. A simple yet playful question like, "What do you find most attractive in a man?" invites her to share her perspective while allowing you to position yourself subtly in her ideal frame. "When was your first kiss?" taps into nostalgia, a powerful emotion that instantly makes a conversation feel more personal. "Have you ever made the first move on a guy?" teases her confidence and experience, creating an opening for playful banter. As the conversation progresses and her comfort grows, moving into deeper topics keeps the intrigue alive. "What do you think you look sexiest in?" challenges her to see herself through an alluring lens, making her more aware of the energy between you. If she's truly engaged, she may even play along, turning the question back on you, a clear sign that she enjoys the interaction. Handling resistance with confidence is essential. There's no need to retreat or apologize if she hesitates or seems unsure. Own the moment. A simple, relaxed reassurance like, "No pressure, I just love learning more about you," signals that you're comfortable, unshaken, and genuinely interested in her. Leading by example, sharing your playful answers first and keeping the energy light ensures she feels safe stepping into a more flirtatious space with you. Attraction isn't built on routine small talk, It thrives in moments of excitement, unpredictability, and shared laughter. The right questions, asked with the right energy, don't just keep a conversation going, they transform it into an experience she won't forget. 3. Use playful misinterpretation. Mastering the ability to misinterpret a woman's words in a playful and flirtatious way is a skill that instantly separates a man from the rest. Most men respond to what a woman says with direct answers, falling into predictable patterns of conversation that fail to ignite attraction. But when a man effortlessly twists her words, injecting humor and light-hearted mischief, he transforms a routine interaction into something engaging and memorable. Imagine a woman casually teasing you about your choice of clothing. She smirks and says, "That t-shirt you're wearing is terrible." A typical response might be to defend your fashion sense or brush off the comment. But a man who understands the power of playful misinterpretation leans in with a grin and replies, "Wow, we just met and you already want to get me out of my t-shirt? At least buy me dinner first." The sudden shift catches her off guard, making her laugh while subtly establishing a dynamic where she is now the one pursuing you. Or picture her mentioning, "I spent my weekend alone." The ordinary man might express sympathy or ask why, but a man who knows how to create playful tension sees an opportunity. With a smirk, he responds, "That's nice. Exploring your body is a natural and healthy part of adulthood." The unexpected twist forces her to engage, laughing, playfully swatting his arm, or firing back with her teasing remark. Either way, the energy shifts in his favor. This style of communication works because it disrupts the usual social script. It signals confidence, quick wit, and a sense of fun, universally attractive qualities. Women respond to men who challenge them in a way that feels exciting rather than confrontational. Instead of responding to a woman's words at face value, he uses them as an opportunity to lead the conversation into a more flirtatious and emotionally engaging space. The beauty of playful misinterpretation is its ability to make even the most mundane conversations feel dynamic. It turns teasing into a shared experience, a private joke that strengthens the connection. A man who masters this approach will never struggle to create attraction, because he understands that chemistry isn't about what is said, it's about how it is said and the energy behind it. 4. Use confident body language. A man's words may capture a woman's attention, but his body language determines whether he holds it. Before a conversation begins, she reads the silent signals he projects before exchanging a single word. Confidence is not something a man claims, it is something he embodies. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in this unspoken language. A man who holds steady, unshaken eye contact without darting away exudes a quiet self-assurance that is impossible to ignore. He does not stare unsettlingly, but maintains a natural, unforced gaze that signals comfort in his skin. Women are drawn to this, not just because it shows confidence, but because it demonstrates certainty. A man who meets her eyes without hesitation is a man who does not seek approval. Posture tells another story. A tall man with his shoulders back and chest open moves through the world purposefully. He does not slouch, shrink, or close himself off with crossed arms or defensive stances. Every movement, every shift in posture reflects how he perceives himself. A man who takes up space without apology sends a subconscious message: he belongs wherever he is. Physical touch, when used correctly, builds connection effortlessly. A light, natural touch on her arm or shoulder during a conversation signals comfort and familiarity, but never desperation. The difference is subtle yet crucial. A confident man does not force touch or hesitate. He acts with certainty, knowing that attraction thrives in the space between tension and ease. One of the simplest yet most effective adjustments a man can make is slowing down his movements. The way he turns his head, reaches for a drink, and even walks. All of these, when done with deliberate slowness, create a magnetic presence. Women are instinctively drawn to men who move with control rather than haste. Slowing down exudes dominance, a quiet but unmistakable authority that makes a man seem more grounded, composed, and attractive. Confidence is not about appearing superior, nor is it about proving anything. It is about the silent messages a man sends through his presence alone. The way he looks at her, the way he carries himself, and the way he moves speaks louder than words ever could. 5. Master an attractive voice tone. The way a man speaks holds as much influence as his chosen words. A deep, steady voice commands attention, while a rushed or monotonous delivery drains energy from a conversation. When a man speaks with control and intention, he instantly becomes more intriguing. Slowing down his speech exudes confidence, signaling that he is self-assured and in no hurry to seek validation. A man who paces his words deliberately gives the impression of certainty, making everything he says seem more valuable. Lowering his voice slightly, especially in moments of intimacy or flirtation, creates a sense of warmth and presence that draws a woman in effortlessly. A well-timed pause before delivering a key phrase adds a layer of anticipation, making the listener hang onto his every word. How a man emphasizes certain words can subtly shift the mood of an interaction. Phrases like, "Oh really?" can sound neutral, skeptical, or teasing, depending on tone and delivery. When telling a story or making a playful remark, inflecting the voice in the right places keeps the conversation dynamic and engaging. This is what differentiates an ordinary discussion from one that sparks attraction. Women respond to men who can create an emotional experience through their voice alone. They are naturally drawn to vocal expressions that convey energy, excitement, and mystery. Much like an engaging storyteller, a voice that shifts in tone and rhythm keeps her hooked, leaving her wanting to hear more. One of the men's biggest mistakes is speaking flat, lifelessly. A monotone voice suggests a lack of enthusiasm, which quickly kills interest. Women are emotional creatures who respond to energy and variation. Even the most attractive man will struggle to maintain a woman's attention if his voice fails to capture her emotions. A deep, warm voice with a subtle touch of playfulness can turn a casual conversation into something memorable. Mastering an attractive voice is not about faking a deeper tone or forcing a dramatic style of speech. It's about cultivating presence. One of the best ways to refine vocal delivery is through self-awareness. Recording and listening to one's voice can make one uncomfortable initially, but it is one of the fastest ways to identify and correct weak points. Many men don't realize they speak too quickly, use excessive filler words, or fail to project confidence. By analyzing these patterns, a man can train himself to communicate in a way that commands attention effortlessly. A man who understands the power of his voice never needs to raise it to be heard. He speaks with clarity, control, and an underlying confidence that makes every word carry weight. The right voice tone isn't about being loud or forceful. It's about creating an undeniably compelling presence. A man who can make a woman feel something just by how he speaks has an edge over those who rely solely on looks or status. In a world where everyone is talking, the one who masters how he speaks becomes unforgettable. 6. Create a mystery to make her chase you. Attraction is not built on facts or logic. It thrives on emotion, curiosity, and anticipation. When a woman feels like she has completely figured you out, the excitement fades, and with it her desire to chase you. This is why men too eager to share everything about themselves up front often find themselves in the friend zone, while those who master the art of mystery remain intriguing, compelling, and unforgettable. One of the simplest ways to create mystery is to be intentional with how you reveal information. Instead of answering questions directly, turn them into an opportunity for playful engagement. If she asks what you do for a living, resist the urge to give a plain answer, like, "I'm a software engineer." Instead say, "I have a job that lets me work from anywhere, but you'll have to guess what it is." This instantly shifts the dynamic. Now, instead of just another man listing off his credentials, you've become someone who sparks curiosity and makes her think. She's not just receiving information, she's actively participating in the conversation, creating a much deeper emotional engagement. Beyond words, how you communicate plays a crucial role. Strategic pauses add a layer of anticipation to your interactions. When you tease her about something and pause briefly, she wonders what you will say next. This subtle technique makes conversations more dynamic and keeps her attention locked on you. Humor also plays a role. Unexpected twists in the conversation make you unpredictable and exciting. Women are drawn to men who make them feel something new, something they can't quite categorize or fully grasp right away. However, creating mystery isn't about being secretive or evasive. It's about pacing your self-disclosure to keep her engaged. Think of attraction like a gripping novel. There's little reason to keep reading if a book reveals its plot in the first chapter, but you turn the pages eagerly if it gives just enough to hook you while leaving questions unanswered. The same principle applies to relationships. If you give away everything about yourself too quickly, there's no anticipation, no sense of discovery. But if you gradually reveal yourself in a way that excites her to learn more, you become an experience rather than just another person. Women are drawn to men who make them feel something, and curiosity is one of the most powerful emotions. The moment she starts wondering about you, trying to figure you out, she is investing mental and emotional energy into you. And once that happens, attraction follows naturally. It's not about playing games, it's about understanding human psychology. When you become the man who leaves just enough mystery to keep her intrigued, you stop chasing and she starts coming to you. Women don't initiate flirting because of looks or money. They do it when they feel safe, excited, and intrigued by you. Mastering these steps will make women naturally want to flirt with you first and increase your chances of building deeper connections. The more you practice, the more natural and effortless flirting will become. The key takeaway is simple. Women don't just flirt with anyone. They flirt with men who make them feel playful, excited, and safe. Follow these steps and create an environment where women want to chase you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What strategies have worked for you to make women feel more comfortable and engaged? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights on attraction, relationships, and personal growth. See you in the next one.